Can you hear me? Y'all can hear me? I think so. I think we live. I think we good. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. What's going on, family? What's up, family? Think we in here and I think we good. What's going on, family? What's the damn deal, man? This is Junior the Truth. This is indeed the Punch Junkie Morning Show. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to tune in. Really, truly appreciate it, man. Shout out to the LDBC Lions Den Box community. Be sure you go visit the website over at www.ldbcsports.com. Create a profile while you're over there, man. It is absolutely 100% free. When I say it's free, I'm talking about it's free. I mean, it's really free, no charge. You feel me? Also, every Wednesday, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, tune into the Smoke City Mobcast presented by the LDBC, man, Lions Den Box community. Link is in the description to the show's YouTube channel, as well as the show streams live via YouTube, as well as the LDBC mobile app, which brings me to my next point. Be sure to download the LDBC mobile app, man. Whether you team Apple or team Android, we do have a mobile app for you, and it is absolutely 100% free. Shout out to the good folks over at punchjunkie.com. Be sure to go visit that website over at www.punchjunkie.com, as well as follow me everywhere via social media, man. I can be found with the handle Junior the Truth, JUNIORTHETRUTH. And that's over all your social media platforms. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be upfront. I'm gonna be in and out like a robbery. I wanted to come in here early, man. And apologies to y'all, but I was over listening to my brother Cali Enigma, man, getting putting in some work, and I got a little sidetracked with doing a couple things. As y'all can see, I'm still on the road, still moving and shaking, but ultimately it is what it is, man. It's being very, very productive, very, very lucrative week, so it's all good. But anyway, so I don't have time to be messing around with this thing, man. So let me jump right in here. Let me start with this. We have the return of the bunny, man. We had a return of the bunny. Return of Robert Easter Jr. Let me pause for the cause. Excuse my manners. Brothers UK, what's going on, baby? Cypher Supreme Rod in the chat. What's up, baby? Zion Love DJs. What's going on, my brother? PK Boxing and MMA. What's going on, family? St. Cruz and my OG. What's going on, man? Sean Don Productions. What's up, baby? Ashley's Corner. Hey, love. Hey, Roderick Thompson. What's happening with y'all, man? Thank y'all so much, man, for rocking with me. Really, truly appreciate it. So look, man. So we got the return of the bunny this week, man. I'm very excited about that. Robert Easter Jr. is making his comeback following his loss. Birdman Banks, what's up, baby? Following his loss to Mikey Garcia from last year. Really, really excited about the return of Robert Easter Jr. He's coming in to face Rances Bartholomew, the Cuban. Man, I'm excited about this fight, man. The fight, of course, is taking place at the 135 pound division. Looking for Robert Easter Jr. once again to get on back in there, man, and get another title, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for him to do some more work, man. Get another title before he moves up eventually to 140. Man, there's not a whole bunch I can say. I'm gonna try to refrain from using the language that I usually use down here in this lobby. Just because you never know who it's people's grandmamas and all that kind of stuff around here, man. So I gotta act like I got some sense. I don't want to offend. I don't want to offend any of the people. You know what I mean? But at the end of it all, I'm very excited about this, man. Those of you guys who know, like I've shared before, man. I'm genuinely a boxing fan. I don't really truly concern myself. I'm not a record chaser. I'm not an O chaser. You know what I'm saying? I'm not any of that. I'm a person who I really like the sport. I'm a fan of certain fighters. I like to cheer for fighting styles. I like to cheer for personalities. I like to antagonize personalities as well. Brown on Boxing, what's going on? Maurice McElroy, salute family. I like to really truly enjoy the sport. You know what I mean? I have no quorums. But letting it be known that I'm biased. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to pick who I want to pick. I'm going to cheer for who I want to cheer for. It's going to be ridiculous. My coverage of boxing is going to be ridiculously slanted for the most part, or not for the most. Yeah, for the most part. It's going to be. I'm going to bring a 100% authentic. My 100% authentic thoughts to it, but you know what I'm saying. At the same time, I'm definitely going to be sitting. These people keep staring at me. I'm sorry. I'm about to go over here and smack that coffee out the hand. I'm on that foolishness. I don't think they speak no English though. But anyway, so I think that when it's all said and done, um, I'm gonna bring my authentic thoughts to my coverage of the sport. But ultimately, like I said, I'm ridiculously biased. I cheer for my high fighters like you wouldn't believe. I'm on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna always pick the fighters that I cheer for. I'm on that. You know what I mean? And I have absolutely no problem. And then I just eat my crow on the back end. You feel me? But definitely excited. I do think that this is Bartholomew is definitely a tough test for Robert Easter Jr. I don't think that I got Robert Easter Jr. winning the fight. You know what I mean? But I do think that Bartholomew is tricky. He is a veteran. He is. Let me see, man. Sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at the same time. Um, and I think that this fight is going to be very, very, very competitive, to say the least. I think I've seen a new focus on Robert Easter Jr. I think that he's done some new things in camp. He's made some gains as well. You know what I mean? And I just think that man, let me go back. I'm sorry, y'all. He's made some he's made several gains. You know what I mean? By the way of his stature, he wanted to put on some more muscle weight. He wanted to, work on some things. He's back training at home. He didn't go down and work with Coach Cunningham for this fight in particular. So he's just kind of stripped things down to the simplest compound and got back to the basics. You know what I mean? I could definitely appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to Robert Easter Jr.'s return, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't, we don't, I don't like, let me see, how can I say it? When you have fighters who, he did lose, and Robert Easter Jr., I'm sorry, his record is 21-1. You know what I'm saying? After the loss to Mikey Garcia, he's fighting Bartholomew, who Bartholomew's record is 27-1. Bartholomew, his only loss was to who did he lose to? He lost to Carol Relic, Carol Relic, and that was it for a WBA light welterweight title. So that was a fight he lost at 140. So I don't know, but these Robert Easter Jr. and Bartholomew are fighting regular and the IBO lightweight title. So it is a title fight that they're having. So I don't know, man. But like I said, I think the Bartholomew is pretty tricky, man, and he's been around. Obviously he's 28 fights in. He's Cuban too, so I'm excited about the fight, man. Period. I don't really have much more to say about it, other than that, man. I'm looking for uh, Bunny to go out, man, and do what he does. You know what I'm saying? Do what he does, make some improvements, see what those gains look like in action, and that's pretty much. Yeah, Eric Jenkins, that's a fact. He says that Bunny has the tools, but he needs to use them. He definitely needs to use the tools. He definitely needs to use his attributes, man. He has to be very intentional. I think because he's a dog. You know what I'm saying? So, Rod Thompson, what's up, baby? I see you in here. John Black Johnny, what's happening? Whatever, man. I see you. Good morning, family. I think he has to not get drawn into the emotional firefights. You know what I'm saying? He does want get back. I've seen him in several spaces and watching him fight. When you hit him, he wants to get that. He wants to get his lick back. So he's looking for get back. And when he gets drawn into those firefights, quote unquote, he automatically gives away his advantages. You know what I'm saying? And that's when we see him going in, stooping down, not utilizing his jab, not staying tall, putting himself in harm's way instead of staying out of harm's way. So I'm looking for him to really truly, as he matures as a fighter, I'm looking for him, and as the competition continues to raise, I'm looking for him to be able to show his ring intelligence, um, be able to take advantage of his attributes in conjunction with his skills and put on masterclass performances. And that's just it, man. Jay Thomas says Bunny got to get that W, man. Hopefully, that Mikey fight was a good learning experience for him. He got to use that length. Yeah, he has to use that length. He has to not smother his work. He has to understand one of the things because I look at Bunny honestly, with his frame and with his skills, I look at him in the same light as the Motor City Cobra, man. I look at Thomas the Hitman Hearns, how he was very masterful with his distance, man, and knowing where to be to generate the most power on his shots. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily going to be up close, and it's not necessarily going to be all the way out. There is a sweet spot in there where he can close the distance and generate the most pop. You know what I'm saying? And he can generate. I'm trying to get these people out the way. He's going to be able to generate the most pop and generate the most power and put dudes in a lot of trouble. I feel. You know what I'm saying? I would love for him to be able to put dudes, learn to control that distance all the time. Um, he definitely has to fight tall behind the jab. He has to when he has to jab his way in and jab his way out. And when he's in there, he can commit to the body work, man. Because as we know, Bartholomew has had some trouble with consistency. You know what I'm saying? He's had some trouble with consistency. Um, you know, I also think, you know what I mean. Once again, though, it's just to jump up to 40, just to 40, but 37. You know, just dancing around in weight classes and all that kind of stuff, man. Um, hey, man, I, hey, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. So I definitely want to see uh, Robert Easter Jr. man take advantage of that. You know what I mean? And I think he has a great opportunity to get back in the fold, to bounce back, to also let it be known what we already know, which is Mikey Garcia, aka Mickey. He is an elite fighter, man. No matter what Errol Spence did to him, no matter how we look at that, he is an elite fighter. He just got in there with a bigger, more elite fighter. You know what I'm saying? But Mikey Garcia is by no way, shape, or form a slouch by any stretch of the imagination. He is truly a great fighter. So I'm looking for Bunny to come in and showcase that, man. Showcase that he's doing what he's supposed to do. Keisha, man, you about to Keisha Alexander, bro. You about to have me acting nuts in here, bro. I'm trying to refrain from acting crazy and offending these folks' grandmamas. I put my whole damn face in it. You feel me? But so that's it, man. You know what I mean? I'm just excited, man. I'll be back home for that. Uh, I'm ready to sit down, watch the fight, man, and just put my feet up, man, and watch the return of Robert Easter Jr., aka E Bunny, aka Trouble, aka Bunny Chinko, aka I'm gonna start referring to him as the Trouble Bunny. The Trouble Bunny is gonna be right back like he left his keys, and I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I can't wait. Um, Now I'm gonna continue talking about that, man. I'll look at them. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'll look at them side by side and compare, and contrast them. But as of right now, Ashley, you sick? Don't man? Y'all gonna make me try and act like I got sense in here, man. Trying to act like I got sense. Harold Jones, good morning to you, King. Eric Jenkins says, Key Jr. Easter's jab, could snap necks back, but the bunny needs to commit to the jab. Yeah, he needs to commit to his jab. He needs to commit to his jab. What I know they did, they looked back at the tapes and he saw how he was really, really uh, setting and enforcing policy against Mikey Garcia in those first two rounds when he was committed to the jab work, man. Like really, truly committed to the jab work. Period. You feel me, D Parker? What's happening? Period. He can do a lot of work, man. I'm talking about he can do a lot of work, man. I think it's gonna be a very good fight, Ashley, and I think it's a very good test for Robert Easter Jr. because Bartholomew is very, very tricky. It's very tricky. He has pop. You know what I mean? He's a crafty veteran. I'll say that. I'm not gonna talk about salute to the guy. I'm not gonna call him a dirty fighter, but I think he's a very, very crafty veteran. He's able to, do some things to pose trouble to people. You know what I mean? And he's also, I think he has the ability to pull people off of their game plan. You know what I mean? And make people want to fight him emotionally and so on and so forth. Man, I think he's a very formidable opponent, man. It's very, very good test um, for Bunny Chinko, and it's we're going to see is Bunny still on the upswing? Did he plateau? Did he already reach his apex? So on and so forth. I happen to think Robert Easter Jr. has a tremendous upside, and this is a good test to get him back swinging in the right direction. Salute to my brother Rob Stewart. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Now, let me say this, man. Let me say this. They are truly true, and that's like I said. I'll come back and talk about the bunny stuff, but I got to get this off before I get out of here. They are truly, truly, truly disrespecting Bud the Great. They are really, truly disrespecting Bud the Great. They have absolutely, and I'm talking about he's disrespected by his promoter. He's disrespected by the network that he's signed to. He's disrespected by popular fight fans, and he's disrespected by black fight fans, by the fight fan populace, as well as the black fight fan base. Man, he just gets disrespect um, from a lot of areas, man, from a lot of different angles. ESPN released this pound for pound list, right? And yet again, they have Vasily Lomachenko as number one pound for pound over Terrence Bud Crawford. And it was like of the 12 votes, I think it was 8-4 was the vote. Like 8-4. Um, ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Man, at this juncture, like I just don't really even know what to say as it relates to that. Hopefully, this can be an eye-opening experience for Bud Crawford, possibly. Um, I think that he should be able to take this, man, and move forward. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know the ins and outs of his deal. I don't know anything. I don't know. He could have a lifetime deal with top ranking Bob Arum, aka Scam Daddy. Um, excuse me, or whatever. I have no idea. But what I will say is I look at it and I'm tremendously disheartened by the fact that he receives so much disrespect from the varying entities in the sport of boxing, in particular in this case his actual network. Man, there is no way that you can be a person with. I mean, it makes no sense as a person who is a fan of boxing. It makes no sense for a person who um, is a casual fan of boxing. It makes no sense for a person who's an analytical person. It makes no sense for a person with who can add and count. It makes no sense to a person with eyeballs. You feel me? Uh, um, you said my Wi-Fi picked up. Okay. It makes absolutely no sense. Thank you, sir. It makes absolutely no sense if you have two eyes and you can look at the records side by side, and there's no comparison. There's no way mathematically it does not make sense for a person to be 13-1. You feel me? 13-1 to have to be considered a better fighter than a man who is 30. What is Bud now? Like 35-0 over a man with 30 plus wins and zero defeats. That is mathematically impossible. You feel me? It is mathematically impossible. And that's not even counting the level of competition, the accolades, and so on and so forth. Man, it is ridiculous, man. It is really, truly, genuinely ridiculous, and it has to be some sort of, it has to be some sort of, or I won't say has to be. It is some sort of agenda that is put in place by Scam Daddy Bob Arum to accomplish something very, 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 very specific, and not just Bob Arum, but also ESPN. They are doing something. You know what I'm saying? They are in search of something. They are trying to have this whole situation result in something. There is some sort of agenda at play, period. And it's very unfortunate, man. It is really, 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 truly unfortunate, in my opinion. Um, I've never seen such disrespect, man. I've never seen such uh, obvious, blatant mishandling of the influence and this thing of ours, man, in this sport that we love. You know what I'm saying? Like that is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? You go from, I mean, and truthfully, within the realm of boxing, to be honest with you, ESPN has already destroyed its boxing brand before it got started. Truthfully, you know what I'm saying? When you had Dan Raphael out here campaigning and not covering Andre Ward fights, not covering the last U.S. gold medalist. You know what I'm saying? The last U.S. men's gold medalist uh, 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 left in the sport of boxing. You feel me? Dan Raphael wouldn't even cover his fights, bro. He wouldn't even cover his fights. Period, man. It's really, truly, truly, truly unfortunate, man. It's a bad thing. And I'm gonna say this to Bud. I'm gonna say it to Bud. Um, all of that, I don't make my fights. I can't make these dudes make the fights. All of this trusting your career in the hands of solely in the hands of Bob Arum and these other entities, man, that's got to be over, bro. It's got to be over with for that. It's got to be time out for that. It is. It has to be time out for trusting your career in the hands of people who don't have your best interest at heart. That is self sabotaging at best. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it lightly. That is a self sabotaging mindset. That is self sabotaging behavior. That is You know what I mean? That it exudes inferiority complex. It just communicates a whole lot of stuff to somebody like me. You know what I mean? Where you have examples being set all throughout the sport of boxing where these boxers are taking their careers into their own hands. They're steering their own careers. They're calling their own shots. They're very intentional with handling their own business. You see what I'm saying? They're very intentional with handling their own business, and you are totally unequivocally, uh, 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 unequivocally, you know, not. I mean, you're totally trusting these dudes. Sorry, y'all. Once again, I'm doing a whole bunch at the same time. Um, I just, bruh, you're seeing people who are steering their own careers, calling their own shots, and they are the ones that are profiting the most. You know what I'm saying? They are the ones that are profiting the most in the sport. You know what I'm saying? Period. When you look at Mayweather, I mean, he's just really, you don't need any other example. You know what I mean? And look at what he did with his career, leaving, getting out of his top rank contract and going on, with his life. You can look at as recent as Mikey Garcia. Look at the things that have happened with Mikey Garcia and what's been going on in his career. Man, it's very unfortunate, man. But I'll say this: that stuff don't work no more. That you just beat a boxer and let them handle the business. That don't work no more, bro. You got to be in those meetings. You got to be at that table. You have got to. You have got to be intentional with taking over your career, man. Like you got to take over your career. Period. You know what I'm saying? And that's for Bud, but that's really for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm speaking to everybody. Like, bro, you got to take over your shit, bro. Don't be just taking your ass to work. Salute, Big Dog Willie in the super chat. He says, "What's hood, Junior? What's going on, family? It's all good, bro. It's all good. Don't just be taking your ass to a job and you just being there and motherfuckers is making decisions about your life and what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Without you being there at the table, without your influence, without your input, don't you dare sit your ass in there and deal with that kind of stuff, man. You feel me? And don't you dare have all your eggs in one basket, man. You better be making money over there. You better be making money over here. You better work. You better sell t-shirts. You better cut grass. You better do whatever you got to do to not have a 1 point failure, period. You feel me? That stuff don't work no more. You know what I'm saying? Bud Crawford, letting them just steer your career is not gonna work, man, because ultimately at the end of it all, they have an agenda and it does not include you getting the respect and accolades that you need. You feel me? It does not include that. Their agenda includes them making Vasil Lomachenko shine brighter than you at all costs. The thing is that it's impossible because Vasil Lomachenko is not as good as you. Vasil Lomachenko has not done what Bud has done. Period. You know what I'm saying? In my life, man, I look at this shit like this. I got a thing where I say, because a lot of people, never mind. I'm mindful of people who try to do what I do without doing what I've done. You feel me? I'm very mindful of people who try to do what I do without doing what I've done. You can't do what I do if you have not done what I've done. It's impossible, and I'm not gonna help you do it. You feel me? Because you're gonna fuck up the bag for everybody. You're gonna fuck it up for everybody. The fuck I look like trying to help somebody be an organizational consultant and they haven't done the coursework. You know what I'm saying? They haven't interned. They haven't done the labor. You know what I'm saying? They haven't worked on theses. They haven't done trainings. They haven't gone out. What I look like helping somebody bypass all of that stuff. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna fuck up the bag for everybody. Now you're gonna mess up the bag for me. Like, I can't do it, man. And I have partners. I have partners who reach out to me like, yeah, bro, how you do X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. Man, I'm trying to be a consultant and yada, yada, yada. Like, yeah, bro, you probably want to study the shit. You want to at least read a book, bro. What you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? I got motherfuckers hit me up asking me, how did I get to 1,000 subs on YouTube? Like, man, it probably got something to do with the fact I got 1,000 videos up, bro. What, you know what I'm saying? And I got, and it's hundreds of them shits up that only got 3 or 4 watches, and 2 of them are me. What is you talking, bro? You can't do what I do if you ain't done what I done. Period. So I think that you know what I mean, and I just think that it's time for Bud to just bite down, man. It's time to bite down. It's time to come to the realization that, bro, you got to take your own career. You got to take on your own career. You got to be intentional yourself with what's going on. You got to be in those boardroom meetings. You got to take these dudes to task and make sure that they're doing the things that you want done. Period. And you have to come out, you know what I'm saying, and look and be real, man. And you look at Bob Arum and what he's doing with this statement about Al Heyman, and Al Heyman is talking to his fighters, talking about, listen to me, brother. Don't go and talk to the white man. All that bullshit, man. Bob Arum is sabotaging Bud Crawford's career, man. He is sabotaging his career. Now, whether he's doing it purposefully and directly or not, he is sabotaging Bud Crawford's career. He is sabotaging Bud Crawford's brand, because now we have brothers who feel conflicted even cheering for Bud, because Bud is attached to Bob Arum and attached to Top Rank and attached to this shit that Bob Arum is putting out in the atmosphere. Now you have brothers that are feeling conflicted. You see what I'm saying? Like, it is really truly an issue, man. This is becoming a real issue. And Bud is and that's a fact, Rod Stewart. Bud is way too laid back. He's way too laid back. He's way too disconnected. He's way too letting people, tell him where to go, and just barking when they pull his chain. Um, and that's not a way. That's man. That's not gonna get it done, bro. That's just a fact. That's not gonna get it done. That's a recipe for disaster. That is a recipe, man, uh, to really truly have your brand bottomed out by Bob Arum. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Bob Arum, in my opinion, does these things to bring him down a notch to help elevate Lomachenko. I really truly do, because ever since they moved to ESPN, you have to be honest with regard to what's going on in the ring, with regard to popularity in the sport. Uh, the distance is increasing. The distance is increasing between Bud and Lomachenko. Bud is on a upswing, and Lomachenko has been on a downward spiral since they left from the HBO network. period. And that's just the truth. And so now we have to, you know what I mean? And so Bob Ingram is pulling out these scams because he's scam daddy, in my opinion. But it's just man, it's just not a good situation, man, to be honest with you. It's just not a good situation. Um, and all of this, you know what I'm saying, to come back and bring it full circle. And all of this for me, um, yeah, that's a fact behind the lens. Uh, um, Bud is just too complacent with how his career, how he's being handled. Period. And then he opens up his mouth and he says stuff like, "I'm gonna just go wherever they go. You know, I don't pick the fights. I can't make them make the fights." Like, bro, what do you mean? Bob Arum is a promoter. The promoter works for the fighter. You know what I mean? These fighters got to understand this. When you sign with these promoters, you're signing them to complete a service for you. You feel me? Your promoter, your manager, trainers, all these people who are part of the camp, they work for you. As the fighter, you are the CFO. You go out and earn the bread. You are the CFO. You are not the spoke on a wheel, bro. You are not the spoke on a promoter's wheel. And if you allow them to handle you like that, then they're going to. But you should not be the spoke on a promoter's wheel. Period. That's not what this is. And but all of this being said, because I got to get out of here. All of this being said, this is the reason why I refuse to jump into that argument. You know what I'm saying? That tastes great. Let's feel an argument, man. You feel me? This is why this is why I um won't get into that. This is why I'm not going to be disrespecting Bud Crawford. I'm not going to be disrespecting Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to jump into that. Not going to jump into who going to beat whose ass and who ain't shit and who this and who that. I'm not getting into that argument because this only when we jump out here and we disrespect Bud Crawford, we're solidifying what Bob Arum is basically the scam that he's running. We solidify that. You know what I'm saying? Because Terrence Crawford has a wishy-washy fan base, and they want Terrence Crawford's fan base to be wishy-washy, so that then that will empower the other fan bases for other fighters, a la Lomachenko. Period. You understand what I'm saying? So we can't dilute Bud Crawford's fan base. But Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. have the exact same fan base. You feel me? They have the exact same fan base. It is what it is, and that's one of them things that's just not going. That's not going to change. It's not going to shift. Um, and as of right now, the fan base is split, and it's split based on this fight, based on all the stuff that's going on, all of these different initiatives and so on and so forth. And what we have to do, in my opinion, is we have to remain steadfast, man. We have to remain steadfast, and we have to uh, uh um man, be on code, for lack of better terms. Period. In my opinion, you know what I mean. What does at this juncture, what does disrespecting Bud Crawford do? You see what I'm saying? It gives validity to this common thought that uh, the black fan base is fickle, and so on and so forth. What does disrespecting Earl Spence do? You feel me? Like it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. I can't deal with it, man, and I'm not gonna deal with it. And Bud Crawford not being named pound for pound number one, his getting his just due, getting the respect that he's earned, not even what he deserves, getting the respect that he's earned. He has earned that title. You feel me? He has earned that title, and I don't, like I said, I have one on my list, and that's Terrence Bud Crawford. It's not Lomachenko. It's not Canelo Alvarez. It's not anybody else. You know what I'm saying? It is Terrence Bud Crawford. Period. Period. But it's just, man, when you look at all this stuff, man, like this, when your family is so aggressive, I don't think that's really Bud. Man, I think at this juncture, man, honestly speaking, Bud is not. He does not want to mess up his bag. You know what I'm saying? He's gotten, so many accolades and achieved stuff financially up to this point. He don't want to mess that up. But man, we'll jump in back in here and have this conversation later on. I got to get out of here because I got to get over. on site. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Really, truly appreciate it. This has been the Punch Junkie Morning Show. I am Junior the Truth, and I really, truly appreciate y'all. Shout out to the LDBC Lions Den Box community. Be sure to visit the website over www.ldbcsports.com. This is Junior. Shout out. Be sure to check out Smoke City Mobcast Wednesdays 9:00 p.m. This is Junior the Truth signing off. I'm a hard-born player made. If you don't know anything else about me, at the end of the day, I got to keep pushing, baby. Salute, family.